Hello, all you MartiManiacs. This is MartiMania, a very, very special edition of MartiMania for two reasons. One reason, and it's going to lead into the merch I have on today. Today is April 23rd. Not only is it 2 days after my birthday, but it is the birthday of, 14-time combined WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the measuring stick, the real, we all know it's the truth, the real face of the company, and what's really best for business, John Cena. So the merch today, in honor of him, because I have my ups and downs when it comes to him. Y'all, if you've watched the show, you know already. I'm still waiting for that heel turn. I think he's pretty stale, so it's not all positive things I have to say about him. But, I mean, if you're a WWE fan, you can't deny that he's pretty much the little black lines that's under the W in the logo. Yeah, that's pretty much him. That's how often he's there and how much he's there. But, anyway, the merch is an old John Cena shirt. I don't know. The merch of the week is an old John Cena shirt. I don't know how many shirts back this one is at this point because he has a lot of shirts. I'm sure y'all remember it. I actually bought this one. I don't have that much Cena merch, surprisingly, but I bought this one because I like the Rise Above Hate thing. If you have any haters, you know what I mean. And I like that it's the color of the Boston Celtics. I'm a Boston Celtics fan, so. That's it. In the back, look at the back. The trademark "you can't see me" logo on the back as well. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. I like that it has stuff on the sleeves. I like shirts that have a lot of stuff on it because, it's a shirt. You have to wear it all day. I don't think I have. Oh, and also, as you can see, I had to make it my own. I had to cut the collar off and wear it like that because there's 1,000 girls running around with this shirt. I had to make mine special, of course. So, let's see. There's so many things to talk about. First of all, I and my little cousin at Tevin James, I don't know if he still even has that Facebook page or not. I mean, that YouTube page or not. But anyway, we went to WrestleMania 30. After all of the crying I did on this very show, after all of the conversing I had to do, out of all of the deals I tried to cut, all the stuff I tried to do to get to WrestleMania, I did go to WrestleMania. And I had a really damn good time. It was so fun. We only got to do fan access in WrestleMania. We did SmackDown the Tuesday after, but it was back here. But anyway, we'll talk about that SmackDown show because there's a lot to talk about. So I went to WrestleMania. It was awesome. I was there to witness the ending of the streak, which, oh my God, insane that the streak ended. Let me tell you, if you watched it on TV or if you heard about it, being there was insane. When that hand came down for that 3 count, and the thing is, it wasn't even a good match. Let's go ahead and start talking about actual stuff now. It wasn't even a good match. If you're there and it's not a good match, then it just was a terrible match. Because here's the thing. This is my second WrestleMania. I went to WrestleMania 25. Well, the famous Undertaker-Shawn Michaels match took place at WrestleMania 25. And it was easily the best match I've ever seen in person. If I really, I don't know. It may actually be the best match I've ever seen, period. That match was amazing. And being there made it all the better. But being there for the Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker match, that thing was insane. And what's funny is, and I don't know if people talked about it. And what's funny is, I don't know if people talked about it or if it got out yet, but I'm sure it will eventually. There were the 3 big X's on the stage. You'll see it. I have all this footage I have to put together in a package for y'all so y'all can see exactly how awesome WrestleMania weekend was. It was amazing. But anyway, the big X's flashed 22-0 during the match. I don't know if someone made a mistake or if some kind of way the graphics jumped first. So I don't know if they realized that they had to change it at the last minute because we already knew who was going to win. Or if something else, because let me tell you, being there, I still to this day don't think it was supposed to go down that way. I think something happened that messed something up and they had to fix it by ending the streak because being there, it was off. It was wrong. Like the hand came down for the 3 count, okay? The hand comes down for the 3 count, no one moves. The bell doesn't ring. The bell didn't ring. The music didn't start. The Tron didn't change. Nothing happened for like 5 minutes straight. Everybody was just sitting around like, We all waiting for like Mr. McMahon or someone to come out and restart the match, and it didn't happen. Even though there was a camera crew up at the front of the stage, like someone was coming out, we all just kind of stopped. The record just stopped, and we waited, and then the 22-0 came across the screen. Like I'm sorry, 21-1 came across the screen, and we were all like, "Oh damn!" Still nothing happened. The 21-1 flashed across the screen, and everybody just stopped, and we were all just kind of looking around. And then Brock Lesnar's music hit. The faces of people, I know everyone's seen the Undertaker's streak broken face guy. I saw him there in person. It was hilarious. But it was just like, what the hell just happened? The record just stopped. No one moved. No one did anything. I still to this day think that I think that the WWE planted some stories that it was supposed to happen. But being there, you could see something was very, very wrong with how it all went down. I'm sure in years we'll find out what happened. Years and years, when everyone can talk freely about it, we'll find out what happened, and y'all will remember. MartiMania freaking said that crap, that something was wrong with the end of the Undertaker Brock Lesnar match. So being there for that was awesome. Then after that, no, I'll take it back. It was way before that. The opening of the show. What the hell? Like, that was insane. Hulk Hogan comes out. He kept calling the Superdome the Silverdome, which was hilarious, until we actually started a chant that went, Superdome, Superdome. Then he finally got that he was wrong, but still, that was all fine, Danny. I get he was excited. It's been a long time since he's been in front of more than 10 people since he was working at TNA. But, so then he's talking and talking, and we're kind of like, whatever. Can we just do something? Can we just have the match? It was cool to see Hulk Hogan there. That's the second time I saw Hulk. I saw him at Saturday Night's Main Event back in like 2007. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting old. So, he's talking. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. Wasn't expecting that. I knew he was here because, I knew he was in New Orleans because I had seen him the night before at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which I was watching at Fan Access. So I knew he was there. But then, what I definitely did not expect to see, The Rock came out. Now, here's the thing. Tevin was with me, so y'all know, you saw the Elimination Chamber special we did. He freaked out for The Rock. So for The Rock to surprise him, the WrestleMania ticket was his 16th birthday present, so it's almost like we gave him The Rock for his birthday, and it was pretty cool. It was really, really awesome. So seeing The Rock, Stone Cold, and Hulk Hogan in the ring all at the same time, it's almost like everyone was a decade of the 30 years of WrestleMania, and it was really cool. I wish Bret Hart would have been there. I thought that would have been awesome, but I'm just being greedy. We had quite enough of those three people, and it was pretty amazing. What else? Oh, the Hall of Fame induction. Here's the thing. I was supposed to go to Fan Access the Friday. Couldn't get out of town on Friday, so we went the Saturday instead. Yeah, we spent that much damn money on tickets. It's ridiculous. So we go to Fan Access. Amazing time. Did a C Nation contest. My buzzer was not working. You'll see more of that in the footage later on. Did the C Nation contest. Went to Undertaker's graveyard. We actually did more this time than we did at WrestleMania 25 because there were live matches going on. There are live matches there too, but it was just NXT, which no offense to NXT, but I didn't know anyone, so I didn't really care. Interesting though, I got to talk to Paige at the Saturday before she became Divas Champion. Super duper 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 cool girl. She was awesome. She was having a match, and when we were leaving, she was walking out, and she's really, really cool, and I'm really so happy for her. We'll talk more about that later. So, we got to do so many things. We went into the huge WWE shop, which, it was like a souvenir stand on steroids. Nancy Grace, record that. It was like a souvenir stand on steroids. It was huge. There was walls all over the place. All this merchandise. I was stone cold broke, so I couldn't buy anything. But whatever, it happened. So it was pretty awesome. We did that. We did the Money in the Bank thing. We did. We ate. It was delicious. We saw AJ. We saw. I missed Seth Rollins' autograph session. I had no idea he was even there. So funny. I was standing watching Lita's damn long ass induction ceremony speech, Hall of Fame speech, and I missed the chance to meet my love, Seth Rollins. I was so pissed. I get in there, we make it to the back, and my father was with me, and I was like, well, who's that guy? Because there's a long, because if you've ever been to Fan Access, there's like 20 autograph signings going on all at the same time. AJ was there Saturday night, by the way. Bitch was like, I ain't going to the Hall of Fame. I'll do whatever else y'all need me to do. I am not going to watch Lee to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. So anyway, whatever. Um, so Seth Rollins, so I turned my head and my dad goes, oh, it's the guy in the shield. And I'm like, there's three of them. Which guy in the shield? He says, the guy with the crazy color hair. I was like, oh my God, Seth Rollins. So we run up, and the guy has a velvet rope, kind of, not velvet rope, but it was like, you know, those things they use, they move them back and forth to cut the line off. Well, I noticed I couldn't get into the signing, and I was like, why? So I went and asked the janitor that was sitting there. I was like, hey, sir, what the hell? Why can't I go see Seth Rollins? And he said, well, it's so late now, because we had stayed there like from literally 6 to 10. Like we did the whole session. So he said, we're cutting it off because my new cell phone is here. I'll have to go pick it up. So we're sitting there. I was watching Lita's damn speech, and I'm talking to the guy, and I'm like, damn, I could have met Seth Rollins. I had no idea, because he wasn't even a VIP signing. He was just there. AJ wasn't either. AJ just popped up. The VIPs for that night were Ric Flair and Sheamus. I know, whatever. Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts were there, and they were so cool. It was weird. It's like they were sitting on your back porch or whatever. They were just like chillax, and it was really nice. We ran into Ryback and Alex Riley a couple times because they just were like hanging out, so that was pretty cool. So that was Fan Access in a nutshell, you know, whatever. It's pretty cool. WrestleMania, we went eat to IHOP, which was awesome because that was chicken and waffles, my favorite IHOP dish. Went there, went to WrestleMania, Superdome. Y'all hosted the Super Bowl. It was ridiculous the way that it was set up. It was terrible. There was these big lines. We couldn't even get into our section. It took like 40 minutes to walk to get to your section, and I'm not lying. It was insane. There were like 4 or 5 fights because, you know, we are New Orleans, and that's what we do. But it was just different after being at WrestleMania in Houston at Reliance Stadium and being at the Superdome. How did the Super... No wonder the lights went out during the Super Bowl. That arena is not equipped to do anything. I don't know. I'm embarrassed because that's where the Saints play. And when I got in there and my seats were awesome, thank you to my dad for doing those seats. Those seats were phenomenal. Joe and Melissa from The Real Housewives of New Jersey were there. I watched The Real Housewives, all of the series. They were there. Some of the Saints were there. Phaedra was there from Real Housewives of Atlanta, apparently. There was no one that sung America the Beautiful, which I thought was kind of weird because, you know, when we went the first time, Nicole Scherzinger did it. Not a big star, but, you know, she's a star. John Legend has done it. Queen Latifah's done it. Everyone's done it, but there was none for us here in New Orleans. I mean, I guess they tried to get someone from that area to sing it, so I guess Lil Wayne wouldn't have been a good option. Britney Spears might have not been a good option. Harry Connick Jr. is busy with American Idol. So, you know, they couldn't be there. But here's a couple big things I remember from Mania. And you'll see the clips, like I said, in the little video I'm going to put together. We started that John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. That started in the arena. I don't know why they keep saying it started at the Raw after. It wasn't. It started at the Superdome. Your girl was there. Bray Wyatt's entrance, awesome. The lady with the voodoo thing, I had no idea what was going on at first. I was like, okay, this girl with her little table and she's jumping around. I have no idea what's happening. And then his band came out and played and the crowd went crazy because over here, it doesn't take much. You can like set up a guitar with a guitar case and people will freaking go crazy for you. We just love to party. So they came out, we clapped, it was nice, it was pretty awesome. Randy Orton's band played too. I forgot the name of the band. Ref Theory. They played. They were pretty cool. They did really good. But what's funny about it is I was more happy about it than he was. Randy just passed by those people like he had no idea who they were. So anyway, that happened. But my moment of the night, aside from the help a brother out, help a brother out. Aside from the fact that AJ retained, because I did not want a Bella Twin to win, Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph. The three guys being in the ring together, Hulk, Rock, and Stone Cold, that was amazing too. But my favorite part of the night, Daniel Bryan winning the title. Now here's the thing. I said a lot of crap about Daniel Bryan on this show, and I never really got it. I don't really understand it. But to be there in that moment with him was insane. I took some confetti and put it in my purse just so I could always remember it. That's how I am. It is what it is. So, being there with Daniel Bryan in that moment was amazing. It was so, you could tell that it meant so much to him. And after dealing with the crap with CM Punk leaving because he was upset, and after seeing so many people kind of use the WWE and then leave because they think they're famous now, Bella Twins, I see what y'all did. Y'all did that and then realized y'all actually aren't famous, so y'all made y'all way right back where y'all were. It was important to me to see someone that into it and taken aback by the way he was. He just kind of was, seeing him on the table doing the yes, yes, yes in front of the big 3X's and the fireworks and the confetti and everything was gone. It was amazing. Daniel Bryan, I mean, I never cared that much for him, but after that, I'm a Daniel Bryan fan. I'm part of the yes movement. I'm ashamed to say it, but I am. And it helps when you can compare it to CM Punk, who's just an idiot. Speaking of which, there were CM Punk chants on and off for the entire night. And I kept telling people, I was like, he's not coming. He left, y'all. Shut up. Why are you still cheering for CM Punk? Be quiet. And the guy in front of me goes, well, actually, he is in New Orleans. He is here. Oh, really? No, he's not. Because Cole Cabana tweeted a picture with him the night before, and they were watching the Hall of Fame. So he may have been in New Orleans, and he's not. Sorry to disappoint you, little dirt sheet guy, but it wasn't the case. Because even if he was in New Orleans, would it be better if he was in New Orleans and just didn't feel like walking to the Superdome that day? Either way, he wasn't there. Either way, I'm so glad he wasn't, because honestly, I didn't want him there to mess up the night, because really, Daniel Bryan, on point. Speaking of Daniel Bryan, let me move it along a little bit, because I need to talk about this Monday night at Raw and the fact that Daniel Bryan lost his father. He found out when he came back from his honeymoon with Brie Bella that his father had passed away, and he still went out there Monday night and performed. And you could see after I heard about it, because I knew something was off during the show, but after the show and I found out what happened, you could see how hurt he is by what happened, and he still went out there and performed. It was pretty awesome. And I mean, it's like I said, once again, I have to go back to the fact that we're still cheering for CM Punk. He didn't like his position in WWE and decided, I'm not going out and performing for the fans. This man lost his father and still went out and performed. It's crazy. It's awesome. Good for Daniel Bryan. I'm so happy for him. I'm so sorry for your loss, Daniel. I know you don't watch the show, but if you do, I'm so sorry for your loss. And thank you for being there Monday night, and thank you for being there at WrestleMania and allowing all of us in the Superdome, not the Silverdome, the Superdome. Thank you for letting us all share that moment with you, because it was a huge moment and we were all a part of it. And it's going to stand out for all of us. Also, speaking of, unfortunately, there's been a lot of people passing away in the last 2 weeks. Ultimate Warrior. How crazy is that? Everyone who was at WrestleMania, I actually regret now that I didn't go to the Hall of Fame. If I'd have known it was going to be his last Hall of Fame that he was ever going to go to, I would have went, but I didn't, because I don't care that much for the Hall of Fame. It's kind of boring. You pay a lot of money to just sit there and hear people talk, which a couple years ago could have been Raw too. But anyway, we saw him at WrestleMania. I don't know how many of you guys have been to WrestleMania or the Hall of Fame, but during WrestleMania they bring all the Hall of Fame induction people out. Well, they brought everyone out except Warrior, and then Warrior had his whole screen, and he had a whole entrance for his part of the induction. And it was really cool to get to see it because I'd never seen the Ultimate Warrior before. I'd always heard of him. I've watched his old matches, and it was crazy that to be there at WrestleMania and to see him in person. He seemed so happy, but I think we all knew after seeing the Raw speech that he must have had some kind of inclination that something was going to happen, because that speech he gave on Raw, I mean, online it's being said that he kind of gave his own eulogy. That's when you know you're good as hell on the mic. You gave your own damn eulogy and nobody could top it. It still gives me chills. It was so crazy that he came back and made that speech, and then the next day he died. That's insane. I mean, man, the Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior. He's man, that's tough. That's a tough one. That was hard, and it was crazy the way it all happened. But anyway, so the next Monday night after WrestleMania at Raw, I was not there. I did not stay in New Orleans because I wanted to come home and rest up for SmackDown the next night. So Paige came out and ended AJ's super long streak or whatever, which is funny because I don't know if you remember, but a couple of weeks ago I said I think that CM Punk would leave AJ for Paige. Well, the title did. I really, it sucks that AJ is messing up her career. I mean, I hope that man is worth it, girl, because you did something we all want to do. Well, I want to do. And you gonna waste it on a dude that, like I said, will drop you for the next little hot rock and roll looking different kind of girl. Except Maria, she was the same. But anyway, whatever. So that happened. Paige came out. She won the Divas title from AJ, which it wasn't a good match. Her finishing, the Paige turn, she didn't even hit it right. But whatever. It's bringing up a whole new thing, and the Divas are back. It's kind of good to not see AJ. AJ was becoming the Divas version of John Cena. I was getting sick of seeing her ass. So Paige came out. She won the Divas Championship. I think this Sunday or next Sunday. I don't know, whenever Extreme Rules is. She's going to fight Tamina for the WWE title because AJ is taking time off. Probably to move to Chicago. I hope Beth Phoenix kept that bed nice and warm for her. Oh, Lita. I forgot Lita was in between Beth Phoenix and AJ. Damn, Punk. Damn, man. You got some stamina, huh? So, anyway, that happened. Bray Wyatt and John Cena have been going back and forth, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's more of the same. I don't really need to talk about it. Is that all that happened on Raw that Monday? Yeah, it was the Raw after WrestleMania. The Raw after WrestleMania is never a big thing. It's kind of more like a party show. Like everyone's just so stoked from WrestleMania. I think RVD came back that night, which is weird. Why are we coming back now? But RVD came back, so that was kind of cool. The next night, the Tuesday night in Lafayette, which WWE, y'all pissed me off with that. When they started SmackDown, they show at the corner the city name and the state. You know, they'd be like, oh, Rochester, New York, or I don't know, Houston, Texas, or wherever. They'll do that, and they're pan across the crowd and blah, blah, blah. Well, when it came to us, they put Cajun Dome, Louisiana. The name of the city is Lafayette, Louisiana. Even The Rock knows that, and he's only been here twice. Ugh, that aggravated. That made me so angry. I was like, what the hell? Cajun Dome, Louisiana. And then Bray Wyatt, when he got on the, when he does his screen thing, and he's like, city, we're here. He said Cajun Dome. We're here. And here's the problem with that. One, the city's Lafayette, as I just said. Lafayette, Louisiana. Lafayette, not Cajun Dome. Cajun Dome is our arena, not our whole city. So, anyway, Bray didn't say we're home. I was wanting him to say we're home because he's built from Lafayette. So either we're here, I don't know. But anyway, so that happened. The matches were pretty much all pretty forgettable. Cesaro's not a Paul Heyman guy. Oh, John Cena came out first at our SmackDown, which here's my problem with that SmackDown. It was like crowd participation wise one of the worst shows I've ever been to. And my aunt and my cousin, who were also there and sat in a different spot than I did, said it sounded good. My section was horrible. I almost got pushed over by some grown-ass men trying to get to John Cena. Sir, you're a grown-ass man. Stop the madness. So anyway, I was sitting in front of these two kids who were awesome, and it was their first show, which when I first sat down, I was so excited because I was like, oh, I'm with a bunch of kids, and it's not so polluted with the internet. It's not so, we need to give this guy heat. Oh, we don't like this guy. Oh, well, this guy still. Oh, well, this. They were just kids that really wanted to just enjoy the show. So at first I was excited. And then I was like, we were so bad when John Cena came out. He said, are you guys tired? I was like, well, damn, even John knows it. And he came out, and what's funny about John's speech is he recapped everything that happened over the weekend, and he kind of made fun of Ultimate Warrior at Raw. Well, when it aired, of course, that was the Tuesday. We all found out by that time that he had passed away, so they took it out, which I get it, but John wasn't doing it in malice he wasn't doing it to be mean. He just, he makes these stupid ass jokes. So then, the show happened. There wasn't really anything spectacular. Daniel Bryan and Hulk Hogan had a great moment in the ring. It was cool to get to see Hulk Hogan that close. I've never seen him that close. RVD came back. Once again, the crowd did not pop. It was the first night that Layla showed up with Fandango. And what's funny about that is the crowd popped for Layla and Kofi. But not RVD or Hulk Hogan or John Cena. Like, what the hell? What kind of parallel universe are we in where Layla and Kofi gets a pop and, John Cena and Hulk didn't get a pop? Like, what the hell was that? But anyway, so that happened. Anyway, John Cena comes back out at the end of the night. I can't remember if Cesaro was a Paul Heyman guy yet or not, but he was already the king of swing, and people were pretty excited to see him. So that was cool. The Shield ran out freaking right next to me during the main event. I had no idea. Like, if you've been to shows, you can kind of figure out when people are about to come out because you'll see like a camera crew set up somewhere, or you see all the camera guys run around and get in one little area. Then oh, so-and-so is about to come out through the crowd, whatever. Not the case with them. They literally ran up from nowhere. If it wasn't for Seth Rollins and his beautiful self and his big blonde piece of hair, I wouldn't even seen them. And also, we got to see the Shield twice that night, so that was pretty cool because they taped a match for Superstars, which was Dean Ambrose's insane. Main event. Dean Ambrose is completely out of his mind. He's hilarious. And Roman Reigns gave us the, do I look faceless, baby? And all the women were like, oh my God, who the hell is this? It's so funny. Seth Rollins did a whole lot of talking, which I was a little surprised about. It was pretty cool seeing Seth Rollins, get to be in his element. It was nice. And then the main event of the night, which was good because a lot of people started to leave, so I was excited because I got to really see it really good. John Cena fought Bray Wyatt, and it was a go-home match, whatever. And then, but I noticed in particular that John Cena seemed pissed for some reason. I didn't know why at the time, but now I know they probably told them about Ultimate Warrior backstage at that show because he was not in his best mood at all. So he left, and that was pretty much SmackDown. It wasn't that exciting. It wasn't anything bad. I thought Brock Lesnar was going to be there. He wasn't. Hulk Hogan showed up. That was cool. So yeah, that happened. That was pretty much it for that Raw and SmackDown. The next week, here's what finally happened, y'all. Finally, I wanted it so long. My revolution, my re-evolution has finally happened. I was so freaking excited when Triple H started to put them together, and then Randy and Batista, and things didn't work out, and they were so mad, blah, blah. Oh, hold on. I need to go back to something real quick. Triple H's entrance at WrestleMania. Are you freaking kidding me? What was the point in all of that? Just because you're Triple H, but I have to say this. When Triple H came out, it was such a level of Triple H-ness. It's like he needed to remind all of us, no matter what y'all say, I'm still Triple H. I don't need a belt. I don't need a reason. I am Triple freaking H, and y'all are going to bow down to the king. It was this big, I don't know how to read on TV because I haven't seen Mania, playback yet, but there was this huge, they made this big ass skull, and then there was a laser light showing opera music, and then he came out from behind this thing, in this big throne, and he had these girls by him, which was funny because he had women with him even though his wife introduced him. So he had this huge thing, he had this whole outfit on. He took off his little helmet thing, gave it to one of the hoes, and then he walked himself down to the, and I was like, wait, this is a lot of stuff for one person. It was like Triple H was, like I said, he was literally reminding us, no matter who, no, this person, no matter what John Cena does, no matter what The Rock does, y'all can bring everybody back. Y'all can bring Jesus back in this ring right now, and it's not going to top Triple H. And that's exactly what he did. I mean, literally a whole entire laser light show. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I was like, this is insane. I swear Zack Ryder probably had to take a pay cut to pay for that whole entrance Triple H had. But anyway, I had to go back to that because I forgot about it. But Triple H Evolution, Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista are back together. Now, here's the thing. Monday. This past Monday? No, last Monday. This Monday was my birthday. Monday before last. I had a headache the night on Raw. I had y'all know I get migraines, but it wasn't a bad migraine, thank God. I was able to go to work the next day and everything. Thank you, Dr. Hargrave. You really hooked me up. But anyway, so I took some medicine and went to sleep around 9 o'clock. 9:40, 9:50, my phone starts ringing off the hook. All the little Twitter notifications, Facebook notifications, all that stuff started going off. So I got up to look at my phone, and then I heard the beginning of Evolution's music, and I was so happy. I was like, first off, I'm looking at it because my medicine is pretty strong. I'm like, am I high or am I actually hearing this? Dude, in freaking sane. Evolution came. I was so happy. I was actually embarrassed how happy and how excited I was at this because, one, it made me look really, really old because my little cousin was like, I don't get it. What's Evolution? She's like 8. I think she's 8 now. She was like, I don't understand. I was like, Adriana, you need to understand, sweetie. Evolution is back together. Evolution is a mystery. So cool. So that happened. Putting Randy Orton and Batista right where they need to be, I think that was such a smart decision that needed to be made. And then, crap, what was I going to say? I'm so stoked about Evolution still, I can't even think straight. Oh, yes, that's what I need to say. The Intercontinental Championship tourney that just started. I don't know when it started, maybe a week or two ago. So smart. Good job, WWE. I applaud you. Now, don't drop it. Don't drop the ball with this, okay? Putting importance back to the Intercontinental title is so important. It's such a big deal. I thought Cody Rhodes tried to do it, but it's still looked at as not a big title. Like, we have to think about the match between Razor Ramon. Oh, Razor Ramon got inducted. How cool is that? Something, something, something. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last. But bad guys do. Badass. So excited. I was so stoked for Razor Ramon. Anyway, so when you look at the Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels epic ladder match, and the fact that it was for the Intercontinental Championship, you realize that it's gone from like here to here. But here's my opinion on that, and this is probably my last thing I'm going to say right now because I need to really get to this WrestleMania footage. That's amazing. There's so many things about minor titles now that we need to fix, and the way they need to get fixed. We need everyone to stop looking at them like minor titles, like you're not as good as, because let me tell you this. Had they made a match at WrestleMania, let's say a Fatal 4-Way, let's say CM Punk, let's say Biggie Langston, let's say Dean Ambrose, and let's say, I don't know, Antonio Cesaro. Let's say that match was going to happen. Sounds like a fantastic match, right? I know it would be great. But here's the thing. I think CM Punk would have been like, I'm not fighting for that title. I'm bigger than that title. That thought process, it all needs to change. Back in the day, when you were there for 5 or more years, you earned the right to compete for these championships, the U.S. title, the Intercontinental title, all these different championships that are now looked at as, junk titles. And the reason, I think part of the reason behind that is we're giving these 5-year guys that barely made 5 years, we're giving them major titles now. It's crazy. It should only happen that way with Raw, Rumble, and Money in the Bank. And that's what the importance of both pay-per-view, what both events are. The Raw, Rumble, and Money in the Bank is supposed to be for those guys that wouldn't have gotten a shot at major titles any other way, okay? So that was, when CM Punk, he did it the first 2 times with Money in the Bank, it made sense. He took a belt from, who was it, Edge, and then Jeff Hardy. 2 guys who had been there forever and deserved to get major titles. So he took it from them. That's cute and it's great and it's fine. But it should be looked at as a one-off thing like it was with Jack Swagger. No one ever expected Jack Swagger, but the truth is Jack Swagger and CM Punk had been in the WWE pretty much the same amount of time. Why do we look at one in such a higher prestige than the other? Because fact of the matter is, they should have both been competing for Intercontinental Championships at best. Let's be honest. Now, y'all are going to agree with me on Jack Swagger, but not on CM Punk. I get that. I understand, but I'm saying that's what the issue is now. They're getting those belts too quick. All you need is a little bit of an internet fan base and 2 hours of footage on YouTube, and you can be WWE champion, and that's not right. It's not fair. That's the problem. Like, poor Christian. Christian needs to be demanding stuff that CM Punk was demanding. CM Punk should be Dean Ambrose right now. It's insane. Like, it's crazy how things work out. Even Daniel Bryan, I'm happy for him now, but he was WWE champion way too soon. World heavyweight champ. I can't remember which one he was. Whatever he was, he did it too quick. Is what I'm saying. There's a hierarchy of belts, and you have to. It's different, and it's funny that, like, there was this 30 years of Wrestlemania memorabilia thing at Fan Access, which we went to, and it was, God, I got to see Eddie Guerrero's wrestling boots. That meant so freaking much. And Edge's WrestleMania jacket. But there's reasons these people were superstars. Now we can freaking plug anybody out of the indies and make them a superstar. And that's, come on, y'all. Come on, WWE Universe. Come on, fans. Come on, IWC. Step y'all game up. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, there was a petition to put Zack Ryder in a title match. Are you out of your goddamn minds? Because he was hot for a second. It's crazy. I hope they're fixing this. I think the tag division is doing great right now. I have no issue with the tag division. I think it's pretty cool right now. Los Matadores, the Usos, all those, it's pretty, right now it's looking good. The Shield, being that it's now Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Oh no, Seth Rollins. Yeah, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose have been competing instead of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, because we all see what's coming. Evolution versus the Shield at Extreme Rules is going to be amazing. Amazing for so many reasons. Evolution is back together. It puts the Shield on a whole different level. There's no title even involved, which you can really just focus on the match when that happens. And we all know sooner or later Roman is going to stray off on his own, because it's clear that he is head and shoulders above the other two as far as popularity goes. I don't get it. I don't understand why. I think Seth Rollins should be, obviously, y'all know, like the little hearts around my head, like floating around my head, the hearts. Like, has anybody ever played The Sims? Anytime I talk about Seth Rollins, I get the little hearts all over my head, because he's just, I love Seth Rollins. So anyway, I think Seth Rollins should be the breakout star of the Shield. Obviously, everyone knows I'm going to say that. Dean Ambrose, the best talker. Roman has the looks of a freaking god. You should hear how women act when Roman Reigns walks out. It's like, it's crazy. And don't get me wrong, he's quite the looker, but Seth Rollins has that certain je ne sais quoi. And I guess for me, we have like, he likes Taking Back Sunday. I love Taking Back Sunday. He's got the cool, I just want to hang out with you vibe. Roman is, everybody knows Roman would be a wham bam, thank you ma'am. It would be like, you wouldn't even get a sentence out before you'd want to just, just being real here. Oh my God. Let's talk about how long Lita's acceptance speech was. It took like days. The bitch went to Mexico. I heard it. We don't need to she's like, and I had a sandwich. And wrestlers are totally different from everyone else, because I had a sandwich, and then Rey Mysterio was there, and I was training to be a wrestler, and I got on an airplane. It was so long. I didn't watch it on the WWE Network, but I watched it at the Fan Access. They had a bunch of big screens, and you could watch stuff going on at the Hall of Fame. And I was just like, are you kidding me, Lita? Shut up. So anyway, I think that's all we have to talk about right now. The sign-off this week is included in the video package. The coolest thing I ever got to do in my entire life. But anyway, so thanks for watching, and this is the footage from Wrestlemania.
It's a video, Pookie.
Oh, what's up? Hey.
We're here.
MartiMania at Wrestlemania. You like me, then you're gonna hate me now. Check this out. Into the street.
Take him like he leaving.
Are you kidding? He must be leaving. It must be over because there's no way.
Little tight, oh, big blue eyes. I know it's late, but your daddy's not done yet.
The Undertaker coming out.
First person to ever get that right in 3 days. John Cena lived in his car. Oh my gosh, how did you know that?
He's freaking out, I can tell you. I gotta say that, like, that's the only reason I'm in this video. At MartiMania for me, at MartiMania for the show. And until next time, from